was about.
The first law of
My goodness.
Sports will be proactive.
All right.
What do you do?
Are you on our channel?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do this. You just your things
We're
come
live.
up.
Start talking, Megan.
Hey, this is Megan with Don's Tree Service. You guys straight up. With Don's Tree Service. Perfect.
It sounds great.
Yay.
Good deal. All righty. No, you can watch it out there until let us know how. All righty. And the cool thing is, you get to see this because you are live, and we're live shooting.
We are alive.
We're live shooting the Climb podcast,
where we climb the mountain of
success in life, love, and leadership. Yep, absolutely. Should we do that again?
No. So
we're not doing that again.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy Friday. So grateful for another week.
Yes.
And today we specifically want to talk about the idea of touching your dream.
Yes.
So whatever your dream may be, if it's having a farm, or if it's building a big company, if it's building a small company, if it's being in a business.
Your mic.
Thank you.
There you go. It's not just your mic. Go ahead.
Or if it's just having a job that you love that helps provide for your family.
Yes.
Or if it's not, and being financially free so that you don't have to work.
Yeah.
Whatever your job is, it's the idea of go experience just a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Like if you want to live out in the country, plan like a day trip or
out in the country.
Trip. Out in the country. See the cows. Wake up and have that view. Wake up and smell the cow poop. For some reason, like, I don't know why, like it's kind of satisfying, just like a little bit. When it's not too close, you know?
Yes. Cow poop, horse poop, all of it. I love being out on a farm.
Yeah.
And actually, that's where we are right now. We are in Virginia to visit my daughter, not to visit her, to actually bring her back home from college. She's graduating college this weekend. And so we've got to bring her back. So we thought we'd come up a day or so early and experience the dream of living on a farm right before we go see her. Actually, this afternoon, we're going to see her win some leadership awards. And so this is part of touching the dream. I mean, not just obviously my daughter graduating college, but I mean, being on a farm. Like literally, we walked out this morning and there's cows right outside the door.
Like 30 feet away.
Literally 30 feet away. And then we decided to take a walk. And guess what? There were horses right up the street. And it was just really beautiful. And
we saw like maybe 6 cars.
Yes,
it was wonderful.
maybe 6. I think that would be a stretch. Like it's a Friday. We're out on this country road and there's like nobody there. It's
Fields,
just beautiful.
Mountains.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that we live in a time where people do Airbnbs. So if you want to visit the country, if you want to visit the city, if you want to visit another country, the cool thing is that you can actually go to a place and not in a hotel, but actually go to someone's home where it's been lived in, it's been loved, or you're just in the community versus kind of separated in a hotel, which nothing wrong with the hotel.
Yeah.
And you can touch the dream in that way too.
Yeah.
It's giving your brain something to like latch onto. It's like, ooh, I've had a little sample of what this tastes like. Do I like it? Because sometimes you'll touch.
Yeah, you'll touch the dream. Like,
never mind. That's not
my thing.
Not what I want.
Not my jam. Yeah.
And then you can adjust.
That's right.
So, talking this morning about
different ways to touch your dream.
Yeah, different ways to touch your dream and what that can do to open your mind.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, and I mean much younger, like late teens, early 20s. And one of the things I used to love to do was go to nicer areas, more affluent areas. And even though back then I couldn't afford to eat at the fancy restaurants, I couldn't afford to live in those places, I would actually go to one of those fancy restaurants and I would order a coffee and a nice dessert. And it's funny because I would do that so often just to touch the dream, just so that it would get ingrained in my head I'm supposed to be there,
Mm.
that people got to know my name. And it's funny because there was this one restaurant in Chesterfield, which was a more affluent area of St. Louis. I would go in there, and at some point, because they'd seen me several times, they were like, "Hey, Donnie, how are you doing? Table by the window?" And I'm like, "Yep, you know it, table by the window." And I didn't feel cheap having the dessert because they kind of thought that's what I
That's just
do.
what.
Like, I just, she just comes to have coffee and dessert. Little did they know it was because that was the only thing on the menu. But it gave me the opportunity to be around affluence. It gave me the opportunity to be around nice things,
Mhm.
and without spending too much money. Because when I went into network marketing, one of the things I used to hear a lot was fake it till you make it. And I heard a lot of people say that, but they took it the wrong way. They thought meant faking it meant buying things you couldn't afford, living in places you couldn't afford,
Mm.
driving a car you couldn't afford, and going broke doing so. That is not what fake it till you make it means. Sometimes it means fake the confidence. Like, you may not be confident yet, but act confident. You may not be wealthy yet, but you can go to wealthy places in your city. If you're in a city or a county, a country, wherever, and there's areas that you would actually prefer to live in, and it doesn't necessarily have to be affluent. It could just be an area. Are you okay, baby girl?
Sure.
That's
Just
okay.
need a little more
Just a little
oxygen.
oxygen. There you go. It can be an area that you just like. Whatever you like is your dream. Go touch it. Go experience it. Go walk the area. Go have a cup of coffee there. Go meet the people and just touch it. Just touch the dream. And I just
Yeah.
think it really does something for your mind, just like what you were saying.
Yeah. And it really is for any goal, any dream that you have.
Hmm.
So I heard this definition of success a little while ago
Hmm.
that just really rang true for me.
Yeah.
And it was success is the progressive realization of a desired ideal,
Hmm.
which in simple terms, that really just means you're making progress towards a goal,
Yeah.
something that you've chosen and you're committed to.
Yeah.
So success isn't once you get there, because then I mean, you think about it, almost all of us have made goals that we already said would make us happy, right? And then once we get there, we're like, oh, I need something else.
Yeah.
Because I think as people, we're not designed to stay stagnant.
Right.
We
Yeah.
can get what we want, and then we're like, I feel a little
Hmm.
antsy because I really think we're built to grow.
Yeah.
We're built to continue to move forward,
Yes.
and it's whatever that looks like, right?
Yeah.
It
Absolutely.
doesn't always have to be like monetary. It can be in your relationships. Are you growing in your relationships?
Hmm.
Maybe there's a part of a relationship that you want to explore a little bit more, and that's growth.
Yeah.
So it really is what every dream is. Like for me, I really eventually want to be a mom. So I've actually been thinking about like volunteering in places with kids
Oh,
and like being
that's
able to
so
be
awesome.
be around that energy and like care for another like little person, like little kid. Um and be able to nurture that side of me so
Hmm.
that when eventually hopefully I do get to have kids, my brain is already like, okay, I understand some parts of this. Obviously, there's a lot that I don't understand because I've never had kids, but it's like training my brain. Okay, this is what this could be like,
Yeah.
and when you do that, it also shows you like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Hmm.
I can actually be here. Like with the coffee,
Yeah.
when you get in proximity, especially with the kinds of people who already are doing the things that you want to do,
Hmm.
like if you want to be an entrepreneur, start getting around some success. So, oh, I burped.
We can edit that out now.
But if you want to be an entrepreneur, get around some successful entrepreneurs. If you want to be a parent, get around some happy parents. If you want to be in a beautiful marriage, start getting around people in happy marriages.
Yeah.
If you want to be a teacher, be around really great teachers. Whatever it is, when you get close to those people, not only do you start picking up some of their habits, picking up some of the ways that they believe. But also, if they know your dream, those people then start rooting for you a lot of the
Yes.
times. Be like, oh, you know what? I heard about this opportunity that I thought you might be interested in.
Yeah.
And the fact is if you weren't in that space, if they didn't know you, they didn't know your name, or knew the kind of person that you were
Mhm.
and trying to be, they would never be able to present you with that opportunity,
That's right.
whatever it may be.
That's right. Well, I think that's a major reason why you do go touch the dream, because it opens doors for you. If you start getting into the spaces that you want to be in, around the people that you want to be around, in the communities that you want to be in, it sets you up for success.
Yeah.
But it helps you visualize. And I think visualization is an incredible part of becoming successful. But the other thing is, it doesn't just help with visualization, it gives you the opportunity to see what people do, physically do, to achieve certain goals. Because
Mhm.
it's one thing to be around, a successful teacher, or a successful entrepreneur, or a successful, construction person, or whatever it is, and you think you have this fantasy of what you think their life is like, right? But you don't get a chance to see the behind the scenes work that goes into becoming successful. But when you touch the dream and you get closer to it, you go, oh wow, that's amazing. Or you can go, I don't know if I got that in me,
Yeah.
or I don't know if I want to do that. And so I think in so many ways, touching the dream to your dream, or doing something that puts you in proximity of your dream, is just so important to helping your dreams come true. You
Mhm.
know.
I also think what you just said about the price,
Hmm.
like when you're around it, learning the price of your dreams
Yes.
really, really helps narrow and and clarify what dreams you actually want to be
Yeah.
committed to.
Yeah.
Because when you have a whole lot of dreams that you're sort of like, maybe I want to do that, it's like for whatever reasons our brains just don't work too well on
Right.
because they'll just stay
Well, it
maybes
doesn't work.
forever.
Maybes.
Yeah,
It does. It needs to land on
it's like
something.
it either has to be real or it's not.
Yeah.
It can't be in between. And if something is a thought that you think about a lot, even if it's a fantasy right now, eventually if you work towards it and you set your mind to it, you can bring that into reality. That's
Yeah.
how like legitimately everything
That's how
is
everything
made.
works. Yeah.
The chairs that we're sitting on right now, somebody thought of and was like, I want a chair that looks like that.
Yeah.
And they figured out how to make it.
Yeah.
The phone that we're using to record this,
Somebody thought of that.
somebody thought of that and
Yeah.
like, I want to bring this into the world.
Yeah.
And the idea of a phone seems insane.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
talk to
if you
somebody
think
from
about it,
like
it was
the
impossible.
1700s, it was
Exactly.
literally
If
impossible.
you talk to somebody from the 1970s,
They were like, what?
what you're gonna be? Wait a minute, I can talk to another person across the
What?
world
You're
on a.
crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Exactly.
And they were
Yeah.
until they made it happen.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's the same thing with the way you guys grew up. Like when I first moved to Atlanta, there was a certain part of Atlanta that I really wanted my kids to grow up. And here's the crazy thing. When I first moved to Atlanta, I was not married. I was not in a relationship. I didn't have kids. Well, of course, I had to get married first to have kids. But anyway, I mean, just none of that. So I started going to church in an area that was in the area where I wanted to raise my kids, even though I didn't have kids, even though I wasn't married yet, even though I hadn't met anybody. And I used to drive around that area. I would leave church and just drive around that neighborhood and say, oh, this is my neighborhood. Oh, this is where my kids are going to go to school. Oh, this is where they're going to play in the park. I kid you not. And she can attest to this.
Oh, yeah.
That is the exact neighborhood that they grew up in. Those are the exact schools that they went to. And it is the exact church that they grew up in. And I started doing this years before I actually got married. Actually, it was okay. So if I came to Atlanta in 95, I didn't get married till 2003. Seriously.
Yeah.
And I wound up manifesting that dream. But not just manifesting isn't just visualization and hoping it comes true. It was working hard. It was doing the work. But going back to what you said, realizing how much of that dream you want and how much of it you don't. I absolutely love where they grew up. But as me and my husband have gotten older, I realized as much as I loved that dream, that is not where I want to retire. As much as it's a beautiful area, affluent area, all that kind of stuff. And we've actually moved to a smaller house now so we can save up to buy a farm because that is the dream. So what do? I've got horses out in the country now. I get to go see them on Sunday. Whenever we get an Airbnb or something like that or travel, I try to get something out in the country so that I can touch the dream. So us waking up this morning and walking out the doors and seeing cows and horses, I'm like, oh, I feel that much closer to my dream.
And it's an Airbnb.
Yeah.
We're only really here for like a weekend.
Yeah, a weekend.
But it's so it changes your brain
Yeah.
to be like, oh, this is what life could feel like.
Yeah.
And when your brain has that repeatedly, it's like, oh wait, this is what my life will be like.
Mm-hmm.
How do I make that happen?
Yeah.
So when we stop thinking about all that it can't happen, and instead start thinking about all the ways we can, like, how to make it happen, we can find so many
Yeah.
avenues. But I also want to touch a little bit on what you said, where sometimes it takes years.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of the times.
Yeah. It takes years.
Years and a lot more time than you expect.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty young. Like I'll be 20 in June. And it's like I have a lot of big dreams that I want to accomplish in my life and the impact that I want to have. But I also have to realize a lot of those dreams, I mean, some of them are going to take decades. And it's really humbling to think about, okay, I can think about this and I need to think about this, and this is important to touch the dream and repeatedly expose myself to what I want my life to feel like. And also knowing, hey, this is going to take a lot of work to get there, and I have to become the kind of person that would have those things.
That's right.
And that has the habits that attracts and creates the things that I want.
That's right.
You know, I want to have really incredible relationships. So I have to become more of the kind of person that makes sure to carve out time for friends.
Yes.
And family.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I want to be a very successful business person. So I also have to make sure that I'm continuing to develop the habits that a successful business person would have. Just making sure not to procrastinate.
Yeah.
Take care of first things first and continuing to move forward, that 1% better. And it's like the law of attraction is like visualization and honestly, I think a law of attraction is very misunderstood sometimes. Where it's like
misunderstood because people think that that's the only part of law.
Yeah,
that's one of
so
many laws. Exactly.
So many, and I'm still learning so many of them. Like
there's the law of the lid. There's law of attraction. There's a law of proximity. There's a law. I mean, there's a law of gravity, but there's the law of persistence, hard work. All these different things that go into building a successful life. And so touching the dream doesn't mean that just because you experience those moments that it's going to happen like that. And sometimes it does happen quickly. It does. But most of the times, not all the times, but most of the times it takes time. But I just really like what you were talking about with the law of attraction, like the visualization and everything that can help you on that path. But people misunderstand what that means.
A lot of it, whenever I think about it sort of like reverse engineering. So you got to have the picture, and then you got to figure out, okay, from this, how do I get here?
Yeah.
Versus if I look at this picture long enough, it'll become real, which that's not how things work.
That's not how it works.
But once you have a picture, once you have a place that you're going, you can start on the road to get there. And as you go along that road, you start getting the things that you need in order to build that picture. And I think it's a lot of the same about like why positive affirmations don't really work. I mean, maybe they work for you or for you, but for me, what's helped me the most when it comes to things similar to like positive affirmations, instead of doing positive affirmations of like, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, Instead, I started doing positive
Action.
actions.
Okay. I knew you were going to say that. I knew, like, literally. And yes, I've been a proponent and an advocate for positive affirmations, but I also work really hard. So, yes, I do believe in positive affirmations, but I don't believe in lying to yourself.
Mm,
Like, I've talked about this very candidly. And the reason why I talk about it candidly, because I want to document my journey. My goal is to get this weight off of me, and my goal is to become debt free personally and as a business. Well, if I sit here right now and just visualize and keep saying I'm debt free, debt free, without doing the work, or I'm lean, healthy, and fit, I'm lean, healthy, and fit, without eating healthier and doing the exercise, it's just not going to happen.
yeah.
So I actually, because I've talked about this before with Alex Hormozy, I actually like his philosophy of he just gets rid of all the airy fairy stuff.
Yeah.
Just get rid of the airy fairy stuff. What do I need to do to make this happen? And I think the older I get, that's where my head is at. What do I need to do to make this happen? And the thing I admire about you is that I feel like you're already there. You're already filled with the understanding that, okay, the airy fairy stuff is good, the affirmations are good, touching the dream is great. But could you just tell me what I need to do? And I hear you say that a lot of times at work. I'll ask you something, but I'm kind of vague about it. You're like, no. Exactly what do you specifically what do you want me to do? Or when you're achieving your goals, like when you did the triathlon, you didn't just go, oh, no, you trained and then you did it. So I think that's really cool.
Huh. And I still fall prey to, like, when I don't want to do the work, being like, oh, I can just, I'll just think about it and, like, meditate on it. Like, what do I need to do? When I already have a plan, and it's just sometimes the plan gets boring.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I should change because, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're going to be tired sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be demotivated sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
when can it already be here? But it's like, that's part of the journey.
Yeah.
And it's stepping out and sometimes going for a walk. Really, at least for me, it really helps me recalibrate and recenter myself on gratitude. Because sometimes I can get a little bit impatient. I'm like, I just want already.
I want it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, in my mind, every day that we get is a gift, And that's why that definition of success as being the progress rather than a destination, it gives the freedom to be like, I can enjoy every single day.
Yeah.
Because, there's also the reality that you could die tomorrow.
That's true.
Or you could die today. Like, you can get hit by a bus at any time.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
You can, I don't know, your heart stops. It happens.
That's right.
Like, we're organisms. We have a time limit.
Yeah.
And we're also living in a world where we don't control every element of it.
That's right.
So, all that to say that creating visualizations and then going out and finding ways to start experiencing that is so important. And it also is so important to enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey.
Because you might not get to the destination. Like, sometimes life is cut off short. Hell, one of my friends, their friend's son just died in a car accident. No one was expecting that. But that's the reality of life. It is so fragile.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think there is some urgency of live life while you have it.
Live it now.
And be responsible with it.
Yeah.
Like, if you, like, going to an occasional party and enjoying yourself, I think is beautiful. And also making sure that at the end of the day, if you were to say, okay, am I happy with the way I live my life today? Am I proud of who I was and the way I showed up and what I did with the time I've had? And if I died tomorrow, would I be proud of who I am? I think being able to sit down and say yes to that every day because of the way and the choices that we live is so important.
And on that note, I think we should close the show. That was awesome. It is so funny. We are getting ready to close the show on that. But I swear, I look at you sometimes and I go, you are really my daughter. And I'm so proud
are
of
really my
you.
mom.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'm like, where did you come from? Because I was not this wise at 19 going on 20 years old. I was not this wise. But, you really have done the work. I remember you watching TED Talks when you were like 12, 13, 14 years old,
That is true.
and watching
Y'all used to be
webinars and
very like
seminars and
frustrated
training.
with like
Yeah.
human relations.
She
Like,
studied.
how do you
So,
tell a story?
but I'm very proud of you, and I'm proud of you also because I know you're on your journey. And if you're enjoying the show, please hit that subscribe button and share it with somebody. And we'd love to see you again next week. We really are trying to get this timing thing down. But if you did miss one of our other shows or you want to catch this one again, we will be posting it, and it's already live. So, but thank you for watching. I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I'm Megan.
And thanks for watching.
Take care.